What's going on, my friends? Israel Galindo here with Advanced Networks. So want to get signatures like these to make sure that your email always pops? Let's get into it, and I will show you in this demo how to do that. Okay, so if you want to look at signatures that we have like this, you know how we always put our information, but you always see those ones that come into your inbox that just look so snazzy. And you're like, how did they do that? You don't want to spend a lot of money to get a signature done, but you got to look professional. So I'm going to kind of walk you through what I've done and the steps that you need to take to make sure that this works for you 100%. In this example, you're going to need three things. You're going to need the company logo if you're doing a company. If you're not, don't worry too much. I personally have a picture of myself. Looks very snazzy as I'm not wearing that cool jacket or vest right now. And I also have a custom-made signature that I was able to just do online. So the rest of the information on here has links to my social media, as well as the information to the company itself. So now let's get into how I did that for free. First thing you want to do is you want to head over to hubspot.com/email-signature. And once you go there, I'll put the link in the description so you can go directly to it, is you're just going to basically go into the page as we are here. And you're going to start creating your signature. Now, there is some important factors that I need to point out right off the bat. Your images have to be sitting on a hosted server. What does that mean? You can put them on Google Drive, you can put them on OneDrive, you can put them on Dropbox, but it has to be a share that can be accessed. If it can't, your logo, images, and everything else will not show in your signature. It'll look beautiful when you set it up, but when you send it out, you'll be able to see it, but the recipient will not. So we're going to go through that right now. In my example, what I have is I have my hosting in a company called InMotion. All that really means is I have on my website and my directory information sitting in my file manager in here. And in there, I have got a couple of images. I've got my planet, which is the company logo. And I also have myself, a picture of me that I'm going to be adding in there. If you want to add them, great. If you don't, it's not a big thing. You can still do this email signature and make it fancy to your liking. The first thing you want to do is you want to create your template. I always turn off the create it with HubSpot. We don't really need that on the bottom. As you can see, if I turn it on, bottom line will come up and show that. And I will actually zoom this in so you guys can get a snazzier view of the item. So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to go into this item here. And again, you see where it says create your own signature on the bottom. I'm going to turn that off because I don't need that. Now, the template styles are these here. This is template 1. This is template 2. So it puts it underneath the name as this has it to the left where your images go in your social media. Template 3 splits it up in a grid. Template 4 gives it to you more in a square with the images and social media to the right. Template 5 kind of splits it into columns and rows. And then template 6 kind of breaks it into a shorter format if you want it more vertical. So for my style, we're just going to start with the template 1. Makes it pretty easy, makes it short and sweet. Now, once you've got this going, you can hit create signature, and it's going to ask you to put in your information. As you can see right now, we've got some information already populated in there. Job title, department, anything that you do not decide to put in here will not show up. So in the examples of my email address, I just have John Smith, the website. You can put other addresses, and then you go into your social links. You know, you have your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, and so on. You can also do a custom field where if you have a link that you're having your customers click on, maybe it is your schedule an appointment with me, you can do in the bonus fields, etc. So you first want to go ahead and fill out all of this information. Just for this purposes, I'm just going to add just my name. There you go. We'll do it like that. So we'll just put that information on here. Now, as you can see, it's going to have just a little bit of the information. So I'll just put CEO. Let's just put IT, company, anwsl.com, phone number, 222-555-1212, mobile number 111-323-4545. You get the gist of it all. And as you can see, I already messed one up. This should just be the company name, Advanced Networks. So once you've got this information in there and you put in your email address, then you can submit your address information on here if you need it. If you don't want it, you don't need to have it. There's the information there. And then your address lines are obviously going to be everything else on there as you already know addresses, which is going to be, for us, Camarillo, California, 93012. So there is the information that I have for myself right now. As you can see, we've got all that information on there. As far as this information down here, let's just make something up. LinkedIn.com, and we'll just do ask a tech. And I'm going to save this so we don't have to retype it 1,000 times. So you notice that populated. Now I'm going to do this right here as well, and then I'm just going to do the same thing for Facebook. Facebook.com. So now you see that the icons are now populating. Bam. All right. So now that I've got those in there, I'm not going to put an Instagram in there, and I'm going to leave everything as is. Now, the next part of it is you're going to continue. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit the top tab where the little paintbrush is. And then you can select the color schemes that you want. As you can see, my color schemes are a little different than my company. I use a lot of blues in my information. So I'm going to use kind of there. Text color, you know what? I always like to be off the grid a little bit. So I'm going to do something like that. And then my link colors, as you can tell right now, they are kind of like a light violet purple-ish color. You can make them darker, you can make them lighter, you can make them gray. For now, I'm just going to go with a little bit on the gray side. Maybe there. That looks a little better. Your fonts can change also, Arial. Maybe you are more like a Lucinda type of person. Maybe you are a Georgia kind of person. But for now, I'm just going to do Times New Roman on it. Leave it as such. Font size, you can make it extra large, you can make it small, leave it in the medium. Next, we're going to get into where we talked about those images. So when we go into the images here, you need to have links to the website, as you can see that right there. If you put them on a Google Drive or OneDrive or Dropbox, you have to share that public link so it can be seen. It cannot just be a private link or they're not going to show up. In this example, profile picture, I'm going to go to my whole picture here. And I'm going to copy it and drop it into this example right there. Now, it will tell me in regards to HTTP versus HTTPS. So I'll go ahead and add that. Same thing with my company logo. It is right here. And I'm going to do the exact same thing into this one here, which it will complain, as I need to do the HTTPS for security. Now you can see that it's added my picture, my logo, and everything else in the system. Custom items you can add are still here, and colors you can add as well. I don't do any of the CTAs, call to actions. You can have a call to action, call me, click here now for, whatever you need done. You can do more of those call to action, find out more, all of that good stuff. And if you want to see that in action, well, let's just do it. Find out more now. So, you know what? Better yet, let's do this. Schedule a meeting with me. And yeah, and maybe you use a calendar type item. I use scheduler.com, LLC. Anyway, so then you can do something like that. I would not use that color, obviously. Nothing wrong with it for anybody else. It's just I use a different type of color. But if I want to make a stand out because it's going to match my color scheme, I'm going to go with something like that. Now, once this is created, that's clickable. These are clickable here, and so on and so on. So basically, once you are completed, you can hit create signature. How many employees? Doesn't matter. You don't really need to submit all that. Once you submit this information, all you're going to do is you're going to have copy signature code, and email to your colleagues. Add it to Outlook, add it to Gmail, etc. If you use these, just go ahead and click on there. It will tell you how to do that to add it into the code. Now, the easiest thing to do is definitely copy the signature, and you will go into your mail program, whatever that is, and then you can add it. So for my example, let's just go ahead and go into my mail. Let me see if I've got my mail on here. I believe I do. It's a different site that I wanted to go to. Well, you know what? Let's just open up a new one. We'll just go into here. And we'll just go into our mail program. This is Microsoft Outlook. And you can do it two ways in Outlook. You can go ahead and open on here as well. And go ahead and add your signature. So for me, if you're going to insert the signature, it's already there. If you have not done that, you can go into the settings and go into email signature. And then you can create a brand new signature. All I'm going to do is copy the information that I had from here. Copy the signature because it's already there for my code. And I'm going to go here and literally in the window, copy and paste it into this as is. Nothing else needs to be done. And then my signature is ready to go. Fancy and all of that. Now, why would you copy the signature versus copy the signature source code? Sometimes you want to add it to a page, and sometimes you want to add it to email programs that need actual source code versus that. Now, if you want to email to your colleagues, you can do this, and then it's going to open your program, and it's going to say, this is my signature, but you'll notice that it's going to add the HubSpot information that I don't care about. I don't want to have that showing up as I just use this program. I just want my signature as is. So once you've got that on there, you can manipulate it. If there's anything in here that you do not like or you want to change, you can change it within your signature style, and you can modify it on here. It doesn't have to be all the way legit. And there you go. As far as your files, remember your images and all of those have to be sitting on web servers, websites, web hosts, something on the outside world where it can't be seen and shared. And look at that snazzy guy. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will put in the comments and description all the information to HubSpot. I'm not getting paid for them. I just think it's a cool, fancy place where you can just go and add your signature for free. All right, guys, let me know if you guys have any questions, if you are stuck, or if there's another video that you want us to create. We are happy to do that for you. It is a little bit after midnight. I should get to bed. I will see you on the next one. Israel Galindo, Advanced Networks. I am out.